What's up, YouTube universe? As y'all can see from the thumbnail, I got a new lawnmower. So I'm gonna show y'all what I got. As far as a review goes, like a full out review, you'll see. I mean, this is happening in real time. Like this video, I just came in, I'm soaking wet. So you'll see from the video what happened. But I can't really give you like the review on the cutting and all that and using it because it just got delivered, and I haven't cut yet. You'll see why. As you can see here, they're delivering it right now. I got it from Tractor Supply. This is the guy. I was hoping I could get him like doing all the pull in and all that, but I knew he was on his way, but I was doing some other stuff inside, and then when I heard something went out there, he was already pulled in. You can see me unloaded off the trailer for me, and pretty much it. Nice guy. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but his day was really long. He had a bunch of deliveries, so he was, end of the day, he was like, if you really need it today, I can bring it, but it was like his getting off time normally, and I'm like, you know what, that's fine, man. Just the morning, first run you get or whatever. So just delivered it. I'll go through like a kind of a detailed description of it, run you through, some of the operations and all that, and show you, the machine and all that kind of stuff, the information you might be pertinent to you if you're thinking about buying one or you need to buy a lawnmower. You can see, what this one costs and stuff like that. Well, as y'all can see, I did get another lawnmower. I'm going to show it to y'all. I did have to go finance something. This was not what I was wanting to do, but what I'm going to have to do now is I'm going to have to get a couple of yards, find 3 or 4 yards maybe that I can do to help me pay for the payment and everything. So yeah, I needed another lawnmower, and instead of buying kind of the kind I had before was like a regular riding lawnmower, and from talking to the man at the shop where I went, and him explaining to me how the quality of how they're built and everything, and what you can expect to get out of them, I figured if I'm gonna go buy something, because I would have had to finance whatever I got. That's just kind of where I am right now. I figured if I'm gonna make a payment on something, I want something that's built a little better and it's gonna last. So I'll show you what I got. You kind of saw it already, but I'll go over it. I've still got to take all the stuff off. They just delivered it, so it's still got all the price tag and everything. I'll kind of talk about price. That way you'll know if you're in the market. This is Louisiana, so where you live may be different. But I'll do that real quick. And then this is my first zero turn I've ever owned. So I'll explain to you about the steering and all that and how that works. I'll show you how to crank it. And then after that, I don't know if y'all can tell, but I've got some dark clouds rolling in. I can actually hear thunder right now. Hopefully I don't get struck by lightning, but I'm just going to show you this real quick, and I can feel the coolness now, so that means it's about to start raining. And I need to put it in the little shed right here before it starts raining, and then I've got to go inside and do some work and stuff. I'm working from home today on the computer. And then once it stops and I see a good window, I have to load this up, and I have to go and finish my cousin's yard that I was working on the other day when the lawnmower went out. So I'll show you the lawnmower real quick, give you a little quick tutorial. If you're thinking about getting a zero turn, you never have, I can give you more of a recommendation as far as a review later on after I've lived with it for a while and did all that. But today I'll just give you the quick rundown, how to start it, operation, how to turn, all that stuff. So if you're like me and this is your first one, maybe this will help you, when you get one. So let's look at it. Man, I can really feel that cool breeze now, so it's about to start raining. Okay, this is it. This is what I got. I got the Bad Boy 42 inch, which is the smallest they make, I believe. I know in this model, this is all this model has. This is called the Rambler. The next one up was the Magnum. I looked at that one at a 48 inch, and just price wise and what I got for this one. You can see here it's $35.99 is what the sticker price is after my rebates and everything, like in the store. I got it from Tractor Supply. So after they did all that and took everything off, I think with taxes and everything, it was like 33 something. So that's what I ended up paying with the cash off and all that kind of stuff. Free delivery as well. So like I said, your state might be different, but that's the price I paid. And the other one would have been over $4,000 for the 48 inch, the Magnum, the next step up. So I went with this one, and I think it'll be fine for what I need to do. Like I said, I'm not going to start in like a crazy big lawn care business or anything like that. So first off, I'll remove all this stuff off of it, you know, and just y'all can watch me do that. And then I'll get on it and I'll show you, you know, kind of a from the seat view on how to operate it and start it and stuff like that. Okay, it's already starting to rain, but I'll show y'all real quick. This thing right here, this is your guard, I guess, or your, I'm not sure what they call this thing, but it directs the grass from when you're mowing. It just flips up and down. So it was already up, I'm gonna put it down, okay? It's starting to rain, so I gotta do this quick. All right, so once you get on it, you have to make sure your brake is up. That's your brake right here. If your brake's down, it won't start. You have to make sure the arms right here are both out, push them out. Your key is on this side. Turn it. That's your how you lower the deck. That's your different levels. This is how you would cut the grass. You pull this up to get the blade turning. Okay, so once you start it, you have to put this down. That way the brake's not on, so you can actually go somewhere. Okay. Then these arms right here, you just pull them in. Okay. If you want to go forward, you push both of them at the same time. If you want to turn, think about when you're in your car, if you want to turn to the right, you can only make up movements. So with your left hand, you'll push up in the direction that'll turn you to the right. Same thing if you want to turn left, you have to push up. So that's how you turn right, or left, I'm sorry. Backwards, it's the opposite. If you want to go backwards evenly, both of them at the same time. If you want to turn to this way, you pull backward, it'll pull your front end that way. So it's going the same direction you're going when you pull backwards. If you want to turn the other way, you pull this way, it'll direct you the same way you're turning. That's pretty much it. And it's starting to rain on me, so let me put it in the shed.
One thing I forgot to mention, because I was in a hurry, is if you notice when I went through the starting procedures, I told you have to have everything in the right place as far as the brake and those, the bars in front of you. But this mower was already warmed up because, they, I guess at the store, they cranked it to get it up on the trailer. I'm not sure how long they left it running there. And then whenever they got it off the trailer here, so it was kind of already warmed up, so it didn't need a choke. If you're starting it cold, you can see here, I've got an arrow pointing towards the choke. That's over on the left side, kind of just a little bit above the where the lever is for the brake. So if it's cold and like first start of the day, you'll need to pull that choke up. It's a knob. It pulls up, and then you push it back down. You'll pull it up, then you'll start, start the lawnmower, and then you'll push it back down. That is for if it's, a cold engine. Once it warms up for a few minutes or whatever, and you use it, and if you stop to get off and do something, you don't have to keep using that choke. The engine's warmed up, just make sure everything's in the right positions, and it'll crank right up. Okay, so as y'all saw, just got it unloaded. Went to kind of show y'all about it and everything, and I was saying there was stuff rolling. I could see dark clouds. I can feel cool air. It's like, all right, it's about to start raining thunder all around. But anyway, so it's in the shed right now. I put it up for, I got to come here anyway and do some work on the computer. I'm working from home today. Once, this afternoon, once everything clears off, whatever, a good window comes, I have to run and finish. Hopefully it hasn't rained over there. Finish my cousin's, and then, like I said, my sister lives a couple houses down. I'm pretty sure hers is ready to be cut again. So do theirs, and then, as you can see, my yard needs a cut as well. So since it just rained, and I don't know how long it's going to rain for, and I think it's supposed to rain again this afternoon, I may not even get mine today if it's still wet. I may wait. It's supposed to be a little bit better tomorrow and the next day, so hopefully it dries up a little bit. And I mean, we haven't got a ton of rain here. It's just been like this, like all day, the last probably 3 or 4 days, where it'll look fine, the sun will be shining, but you'll see like big puffy, those cumulonimbus clouds, the ones that look like big cotton balls. You'll just see them around the area. They're real white, they're not dark or anything, and all of a sudden, but they call these popcorn showers, and this time of year. So you'll, all of a sudden it'll get dark, and you'll see like a big old, huge thundercloud forming, like, coming together, and then it'll get on top of you, thunder, lightning, rain, whatever, but it's gone in an hour or whatever, 30 minutes. And it'll just do that kind of throughout the day. So that's what it's been doing. So at some point when I catch a window, hopefully today, I can go do that. But I wanted to real quick go over that last part. I don't know if y'all could tell, but it started raining. And I was kind of describing, the lawnmower to you and everything. And I was trying to hurry up and get it in because, like I said, I was getting rained on. But so hopefully y'all understood everything I said, and you made sense to you. So once you're on this type of lawnmower, this is a bad boy Rambler 42-inch, and I'm assuming the Magnum and the all the rest of them are the same way. But you're in the seat, okay? The switch where you crank it is over here on your right. That's also that yellow knob you saw. That's like the button that engages the turning blade, like when you're cutting. Because obviously, if you're riding somewhere, just loading on a trailer and all that stuff, y'all know that with the riding lawnmower, there's times you want the blade going, there's times you don't. Okay, it's so if you're moving up, say you've only used push mowers before. Once you start a push mower, that blade's going and you're cutting. When you're on a riding lawnmower, there's times when you don't want the blade to be turning. So that's what that knob is. If that knob is up, like the blade is engaged, it won't start. That's how most of them are. I didn't even check this. I'm pretty sure that's how this. I've never owned a zero turn, but other riding lawnmowers that I've had or that I've used. So that's what that yellow button was. I think one thing I didn't mention, y'all saw that knob. It was like a lever that went up and down. That's your speed. You know how like on everything, lawnmower, weed eater, whatever, you always have speed. You usually see a turtle or a rabbit, whatever. That's what that is. That's your like idling speed or your running speed. And then that I did show y'all that big black circular turning knob had all the numbers around it. You just turn it to whatever level you want the deck to be. So right now it's at the highest point. It's like 4.5, and you can go all the way down. I don't remember I think the lowest was 1, or maybe, I don't know. But the way you do that, there was a pedal right in front of me on the right. Okay, so we push that pedal in, then you turn that knob to whatever level you want your deck, and then once you release that pedal backwards, then it lowers to that height. So if you want to pick it back up, you push it back down, turn it back all the way to 4.5, let off, and then it'll come back up. Okay, so that's what that side over here does. I think that's pretty much everything. Okay, then on this side over here, you had there was like a, I don't know if I didn't show you a whole lot of it. Sorry, I was going fast, but it was like a storage container. You had your gas tank where you put gas in right here. That was like big black lid, like a spinning lid or whatever, the cover cap, I guess is what you call it. And then you also had like a little gauge about that big that just shows your fuel level, just like any other machine you've ever been in that shows your fuel level. Okay, and then when I showed y'all down there's a lever that goes up and down. It's about that high. It's got a little knob on it. That's your brake. Okay, so if your brake is like, if you go down, that means the brake's not on. You can move. If you're up, the brake's on and it won't move. So if you're trying to start it and that brake is off, like in the down position, it won't start. So you have to have that up. Okay. Then the arms, you want them completely out, like away from you to start. Okay, so once you start it, then you have to put that brake down. You have to go with that knob down. Okay, and then because if you try to pull in the arms without that, it'll make it die out. Okay, so you have to push the lever down for the brake. Then you can bring the arms in front of you. Okay, so when I was explaining about like I said, I ran through this very fast because I started to get rained on when I was at this point. When you're moving forward, okay, think about when you're driving your car. If you're going to turn, when you're driving your car, and you only want to move your hands in the up position or up direction. In other words, you're not going to be turning like this, like pulling your steering wheel down, because you can pull your steering wheel down and turn left. But let's just say you're driving and you only want up movements with your hands, okay? That's how you have to think about these arms. And once you bring them together, when you first bring them together in the middle, that's neutral. So you're just sitting still. You're not going anywhere. If you pull them back, that's reverse. You go push them forward, that's forward. Okay. The way you want to think about both of them together evenly, if you push forward, it's just going in a straight line. Okay. So your turning happens just like you're in a car. If you want to turn on a street, say there's a street to your right or a driveway or something, okay? If you have your hands on the wheel, your left hand is going to go up because you're only going in the up position. That's the hand that would go up to turn you to the right. Does that make sense? So when you're on there and you have both of them going, you're kind of going forward, but you need to turn, you would let this one, your left hand, go out and push forward, and then that would turn you to the right. Okay, if you want to turn to the left, just like in a car, you turn your right hand upwards, in the up direction that way, and that turns you this way. Same thing if you're driving these, you have the bars in your hand, and you push forward with the right, whether you're moving, if you're sitting still and you push forward, it'll just turn in one spot. But if you're moving and you want to turn as you're moving, you've already kind of got it going, you just let this one go a little bit further out, and that'll get you to turn in that direction. Okay, so once you come back to neutral, say you need to back up. Okay, so when you have them here in your hands, you think about the front end of the deck. Okay, so if you're looking at the front end, which way you want the front end to go? Okay, well, if I'm in reverse, if I'm trying to go in reverse, then I want the front end to go around that way, like I want to turn this way. Okay, so you would use the hand that you want to turn with, like in that direction, to pull backwards. Okay, because remember, if you pull both of them straight at the same time, that's straight backward. But if I want to turn, say I want to go that way. I want to go in reverse, but I want to go that way. Okay, I'm going to use the left hand to pull back, and that'll pull you back in this direction. Okay, it'll make the front end swing that way. Same thing with if you're on your right and you want to turn to your right, you use your right hand, you pull this way, it'll swing the front end around that way. Okay, so, and I know a lot of y'all have probably already been on a zero turn or driven a zero turn. I have not. This is my first time ever operating or owning one. So I sat down on it a minute, I looked, got it, got everything, and I'm not smooth yet. I don't know if y'all can tell that. There was a little bit of jerking going on, just trying to get my bearings. But I understand the controls and what they do, so this smoothness, or whatever you want to call it, that'll just come with more operating time, like anything else. When you first start driving a car, you're not very smooth either, or a bike or whatever. So, but that's how you control it. That's how you operate the machine. Hopefully I touched on everything. If you have any more questions about anything, just drop a comment here and I'll let you know if there's anything I didn't cover. Price, I went over that. Hopefully y'all heard, but right at the end there, I was looking at two different ones. I was, going to pull the trigger on one or the other. One of them was a Magnum, a 48 inch, and it was like 40. It was going to be about 4,200, something like that. Once it was all said and done, and this one was a 42 inch, and it was, you saw the sticker price, $35.99. But Tractor Supply, I did get one of their credit cards to do this, because it had like the deal built in, whatever, to save money and stuff. So I ended up paying, like, after taxes and everything, like 33 something, almost 34 or something like that for the lawnmower itself. Or I'm sorry, that was pre-tax, and after taxes it went to 34 something. But it was like 33 something for after the money they took off, and they did deliver it for free. So that's a 42 inch Rambler. They don't make anything bigger than a 42 inch in the Rambler. And they do have two engine sizes. They have a 19 horsepower and a 22. That's the 19 that I have. Trying to think of anything else y'all might want to know. I can't think of anything offhand. Like I said, if you have any questions, just drop in the comment, and I'll answer anything y'all want to know. But so, and like I said out there, I don't know if y'all could hear me very well, but what I'm going to have to do now, because I did have to finance this, and taking on, y'all hear it thundering, taking on another payment. I'm going to have to find a few yards, residential, whatever, or I don't even if it's a commercial, it doesn't matter. I just need to get like 3 or 4 yards to make this payment every month. So I'm gonna have to do that. I need to get I have one weed eater that's a battery powered weed eater, but the battery doesn't last a really long time. So I have another one that's gas powered, but I've been messing with it. I'm probably gonna just end up replacing the carburetor. I don't know, stuff like that. And I'm probably gonna have to get a blower if I'm gonna be doing like yards. I may even have to get like a little push mower. I'm not sure, because a lot of times you can't get, there's like, if you're doing somebody's property, or especially a business, and they have like a little strip, you can't get like a riding lawnmower in that strip. I just wanted to show y'all what I got. So I did get another lawnmower. Again, it's a Bad Boy Rambler 42 inch. So hopefully this helps y'all, or if y'all are in the market for it, or for a lawnmower in general. And like I said, later on, after I've lived with this thing for a while, and I've cut with it and stuff like that, I can give you my review on all that stuff, how it runs, how it cuts and all that kind of stuff. But right now, literally, it just got delivered and it started raining, so it's in the shed. So hope y'all are having a great day, and till next time, see y'all.